You won't want to miss this easy airdrop on the Sui Network. In this video, we will provide you with a complete and quick guide on how to qualify for the Magma Finance airdrop on the Sui Network. So if you're ready, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button and let's dive straight into it. Now, to begin with, we are currently on the Magma Finance website and this is going to tell you everything you need to know about Magma Finance. However, my friends, in a nutshell, is a decentralized exchange and liquidity hub for the Sui Network, making it a direct competitor to the Cetus protocol, of which we've got tutorials on our YouTube channel. Therefore, my friends, we want to dive straight into the airdrop tutorial and therefore we're going to launch the application. Once we are over here, as you can see, we're going to need to confirm we have a Sui wallet. We are using the Slush wallet, of which you can check out our tutorial in the description down below if you need to set one up and fund it with Sui tokens to use protocols such as Magma. However, once you can confirm you've got Sui tokens, as you can see in our portfolio, what we're going to do is we're now going to start utilizing this platform by logging ourselves in. So I'm going to use the Slush wallet, like I said, and what we're going to do is we're going to show you all of the features in order to qualify for the airdrop. So from the get-go, I really do like the user interface, and the first step in order to qualify for the airdrop is by swapping tokens, the primary feature of a decentralized exchange. Therefore, my friends, as you can see on the left-hand side is the tokens that we are going to be swapping from, and on the right-hand side is the tokens we are going to be swapping into. Now, for an example, I'm going to choose Sui to sell, which is going to be the tokens I'm swapping from on the left-hand side. And on the right-hand side, I'm going to select a token. It can be any token of my choice, of course, and any token of your choice. So for example, guys, if you wanted USDC, if you wanted USDT, Ethereum, whatever it may be, just as a tutorial, let's just say we chose the Cetus token. Now, of course, this is a competitor token. However, what we're going to do is we're going to choose an amount of Sui to swap into Cetus. Now, the cool thing is we can actually execute the aggregator transaction or the native transaction. So for example, an aggregator would enable you to swap finding the best prices across all the decentralized exchanges on the Sui network instead of just using the Magma DEX. It's entirely up to you guys. You can filter it off just to use Magma completely and it will use the liquidity pools on the Magma Finance protocol. However, if you wanted to find the best and cheapest and fastest swap across the entire Sui network, you just filter the aggregator mode. Once you're ready, you're just ready to swap and you confirm it. Boom, you're going to see it pop up in your Slush wallet. As you can see, once you're happy, boom, as you can see, we have now successfully swapped our tokens. Now, that's how you make a swap on the Magma Finance protocol, and you just want to very simply stack up as many transactions and as much volume by swapping tokens on Magma Finance. Now, there isn't a point system, there isn't anything like that as we can see right now, but we could be very early to this platform as we know that it is launched on the 12th of February. So it's only been a few months, guys, and what we need to do is very simply just swap back and forth, depending on, of course, which tokens you want to swap, sell X, Y, and Z. So for example, if I now wanted to swap, I don't know, 50 of my Cetus tokens into Sui, I could swap Cetus, boom, that would be 2 transactions and roughly $15 to $20 worth of volume. Nice, simple, and easy. Therefore, guys, that is the swapping section in a nutshell. You can swap any tokens on the Sui network. There's absolutely a huge list here for you guys to choose. Nonetheless, what we're going to do is we're now going to move on to the next step of qualifying for their airdrop. And in my opinion, guys, this is probably going to be the biggest factor or the biggest way of getting the best airdrop from Magma, and that is providing liquidity. Whenever it comes to an airdrop with either a network or a protocol, providing liquidity where possible tends to provide the best output of rewards, such as airdrops and yield and so on. Therefore, guys, it's entirely up to you if you want to participate in this step because there are more risks when providing any kind of assets and therefore you must conduct your own research. Remember, we are not financial advisors. We do not give any financial advice. Always conduct your own research. Use a burner wallet if you feel more comfortable. Nonetheless, what you would do is very simply want to choose a liquidity pool to provide assets in. So that could be vSui to Sui. It could very simply be any pool of which you are interested in. Whether or not you are trying to find one with the highest TVL or the highest APR, they are all filtered here down for you. So for example, guys, we have a popular one here, vSui to Sui, the best stable pool of which has $4.1 million in TVL and has a 0.02% APR, which is actually very small. If you wanted to go with something that has more volume, you could very simply choose this HA Sui to Sui or USD Sui to Sui USDT. Guys, honestly, it depends which ones you want to do, how much you are looking to earn from yield, or whether or not you're just trying to focus on the airdrop. Let's just choose a rough example. Guys, let's choose the top pool on this protocol being the vSui to Sui. How do we provide liquidity? Well, first step is we're going to need to have both tokens of which we are providing liquidity for. And in our case, we need Sui and vSui. We can confirm we've got Sui tokens, so now we need to head back over to the swapping section to get some vSui tokens. Now, this is going to, of course, help us stack up another transaction, which is beautiful. And I'm going to now search for vSui, which we can see here, and I've had some in the past. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose an amount to swap from Sui. Say if it was 2 Sui into vSui, you can see that's roughly $6.75 worth. A little bit of volume. I know it's not that much, guys, but this is just a tutorial. Once you've got yourselves your vSui tokens or whichever tokens you are swapping into for the liquidity pool, you would go back over to the liquidity section, choose the pool that you are participating in. Next, as you can see on the right hand side, we now want to start inputting an amount in order to provide liquidity. So for example, if I was to input the entire amount of vSui, it's automatically going to balance out the amount of Sui tokens we need. Therefore, I could very simply provide roughly 4 Sui, give or take, just by inputting the maximum amount of vSui, which will put in the same amount of Sui tokens. If I was to put in 1, you'll see that we've roughly got the same amount of Sui tokens of which we need to provide liquidity for. So there is a deposit ratio of roughly 50%. So once you're happy, guys, all you would do is add liquidity, very simply confirm the transaction, and you are good to go. That is how you provide liquidity. Now, to check your liquidity pool, you would go into your liquidity section here, and you can see that we have got our liquidity provided here, and at any given time, you can either A, increase it, or B, remove it. This is how you would very simply withdraw all your tokens out of the pool, taking them back into your wallet whenever you are ready. But what I must say is, guys, that the longer that you're providing liquidity, the more assets that you are able to provide, the better off you will be, because they are most likely going to see that this user A has been providing liquidity for 150 days, not 1 day or 2 days, but you may get a multiplier for the longer that you provide liquidity. This is not guaranteed, guys, and I do like the fact that they haven't given out any eligibility requirements for their airdrop or even a point system. This to me could be a good indicator for a nice airdrop. The user interface so far has been good. The entire experience has been good. Obviously, it's very new because there isn't that much liquidity within all the TVLs or pools, but this is just the beginning. Guys, what's next and how do we qualify for their airdrop even further? Well, unfortunately, that is all we can do for now. But what I do want to say is, guys, is that in the future, we do know a Magma Finance token is coming. Well, we've got 3 things of which are locked and coming soon on their website. So first, if you go to the vote section, boom, it says coming soon. What's this all about? Well, voting is going to be the governance. Now, the governance, of course, is going to mean that we have to have a Magma token, of which will enable us to vote on all the proposals brought up by the Magma team, only for those holding Magma tokens. And those Magma tokens are going to be for those who are using the platform now in the early stages before the token launch comes. We don't know when it's coming, guys, but by having this here, we do know a token is inbound, and therefore by swapping, providing liquidity is going to help you qualify for the airdrop. Now, guys, you're going to need to have a target. You're going to need to have a goal of which you are going to have for Magma. For example, you may want to have a goal of 100 transactions. You may want to have a goal of $1,000 in volume, or you may want to have a goal of providing $100 worth of liquidity over the next 100 days. It's entirely up to you. It depends on your risk tolerance. It depends on your budget. It depends on how big of an airdrop that you want to get from Magma. But the more utilities and the more products that you can utilize, the more assets you can provide, and the more volume you can create and more transactions you can stack up, the better off you will be when the airdrop comes. Now, tying in with the vote, guys, we've got the locking up, of which will enable us to lock up our Magma tokens, most likely meaning staking, of which will earn more rewards on our tokens. Also, incentivize. This is probably going to be some sort of third-party reward system. I don't know exactly what it will be. It could be something for the airdrop. It could be something entirely different that I don't even know what I'm going to expect. However, this is very exciting to see, guys. We do know an airdrop is inbound, and this could be one of the leading decentralized exchanges of the Sui network. And the cool part is it even has an aggregator mode, competing with top decentralized aggregators on the Sui network, such as Hop, 7K, and so on. Nonetheless, guys, if you really wanted to, you can also check out the bridges, of which will enable you to bridge to and from the Sui network, either A, using the official Sui bridge, or B, using Portal powered by Wormhole. This is not going to help you qualify for the Magma Finance airdrop, in my opinion, because there is no connection whatsoever. However, guys, they have provided that here to onboard users to the Sui network if they need it. So to conclude, my friends, what we want to do is very simply focus on swapping, providing liquidity, and then staying up to date with your liquidity assets and everything you're doing in your dashboard. You can claim all your rewards here. You can withdraw all of your assets at any given time, whether you're providing liquidity or not. In the future, once we see more about Magma Finance launching their token or launching more products on their website and application, yes, we will return. However, for now, my friends, we are focusing on two things, like we said, swapping and liquidity. Guys, if you are interested in more Sui Network airdrop tutorials, we have a huge range on our YouTube channel with many more coming. We have many more on other different networks as well, so be sure to check those out, guys. If you have any requests, let us know as well. We'd be happy to help. Congratulations to the 2 giveaway winners. We've reached out to you, and my friends, we will be doing more giveaways very soon. However, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video.